DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. Hello, you mixers. How's it going? Welcome back to another glorious episode of the MIXINVIXENS. I'm Emily, also known as mlNikon. Say hello to my other co-hosts. We've got Jen, the TheJuiceFairy.
What's up, guys? I always love the energy that Emily introduces us with.
We've got RinVapes.
Hi.
And we have Courtney, also known as Demented.
Hello.
How are you girls doing today?
Doing good, doing good. What have you been up to this week?
Not much of anything.
Yeah, what have you been up to this week?
How about you guys?
Mixing. I've been doing a lot of mixing.
And mixing up anything noteworthy?
They're still steeping, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, you can have a feeling for how something goes.
Well, like I made a coconut green tea.
Ooh.
And it's kind of, it seems like it might be good, but I might have to adjust it after it steeps.
That
And
seems
so,
weird, but good.
I got like a red velvet cheesecake bar that I'm trying to make. So it tastes good right now.
Red velvet cheesecake bar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
so much more on the straight fruit type deal right now, where I just have this fruit with a little bit of cooling and maybe a little bit of sweetener, but
Nah.
nothing.
I only do fruit in summer.
Yeah.
Summertime, I will maybe bake a few fruits, but the rest of the year, it's bakeries. So, are you using Flavora Red Velvet with that red velvet cheesecake?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
And I put like a tiny bit of Greek yogurt in there and a couple of different cheesecakes. So,
ooh, that sounds good. I'll have to
Thank you.
look out for that. How about you, Ren? Mixing up anything good this week besides for today's show?
Not really. Outside of Fresh's thing that I did yesterday, it was a tea that came out well, but otherwise,
Yeah, how'd that tea come out after a day of steeping?
I haven't tried it since. I've been playing video games all day.
Nice.
But yeah, I
What
just
video games do you play?
usually zombie killing games like Resident Evil, Dying Light.
Cool.
You can tell by the look on her face. She's just like, I have no idea what that is.
My
I'm like, okay.
my brother-in-law just got Red Dead 2, and he's been playing it here, and it looks so good. It's like a really good game. It's like basically Grand Theft Auto, but it's for cowboys.
Yeah, I understood that. I understood Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, she asked.
hey, I've been getting my fair share of gaming in too, because we got that other thing going on. I play a lot of things actually, but mostly World of Warcraft, and I got on House Flipper the other day, and I was on Creative Verse last night. I just kind of bounce around.
I can't believe people are still playing World of Warcraft. That's like what, like 15-year-old game, like, or more?
Hey, don't be hating on us. I still play Tetris.
Tetris?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's like going home.
Tetris is probably good for your brain, though.
Yeah.
I hope so, because my family does have this genetic thing called Alzheimer's. I'm like, I need lots of exercise in the brain.
Oh, no.
Have you ever played Dr. Mario?
I did.
Dr. Mario?
It's like Tetris, but with like pills, which kind of is messed up.
But it was awesome. I beat it, and then the bastards threw another level at me. I'm like, what the hell? How's this beating it then?
Yeah.
Hey, I also understand Mario Kart
That's pretty fun, especially if you play with other
Kart's
people.
fun.
and Pac-Man. Pac-Man was my first game ever.
Yeah. It's a good one.
You guys are like, okay, Jennifer.
It's just
Back
like
in the 80s.
I play Centipede and
Duck Hunt. Did you play the Duck Hunt?
No, I don't like Duck Hunt. That was stupid.
I swear the cursor was off.
You just
Like, I
stand
don't-
up by the TV and do it. You
Right.
just put your gun right up on the TV, right?
Yeah, that was a stupid game. Golf.
Good old golf. I remember that. It's one of like the first Nintendo games I played.
How about Pong? That one with the little ball.
Tennis. I played tennis on the original Nintendo. I played the crap out of some tennis.
I took you guys back. I took you back in the zone.
Yeah.
Took you into your childhood.
Right. Well, as you guys can see, the picture that we're doing this week, it's like a fruit tart, a sweet tart, if you will. How did you guys like doing this, mixing this up this week?
I felt like I was mixing the one we mixed that we mixed up for the donut.
Yeah, because you fools put apple in your donut.
Well, yeah. So it's just like I was doing that, but instead of donut, I did cookie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was pretty easy, you know, because we have some experience with the whole apple cinnamon profile, bakery profile.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say that this week was pretty easy for me. I was able to I put together a recipe that I usually make once or twice a year and then just tweaked it for the show so it'd be a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it tastes about the same.
I've been vaping on mine all week I say to let it see how it steeps differently, but it's just because I really like it. So I've been vaping it on all week.
Yeah, I didn't vape very much of mine because I'm not in a cinnamon mood. Actually, it's mostly because I've been vaping a lot of menthols for the last week, and I really cannot vape like back to back a menthol and a cinnamon. It's like it just has a weird effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, my lungs are kind of crappy with the weather changing, so the cinnamon and my lungs weren't feeling each other either.
But I mean, mine is pretty caramelly, more caramelly than cinnamon, but still, it just didn't. Even my tobacco has a little bit, and I think I must have had a little bit of cross contamination in either my VG or in something because it tastes cool, or it might have been my drip tip because I did move my drip tip from one tank to the other. So even my tobacco, and that's what I have for the alternating flavor, is a little bit chilly right now.
Could be.
And it didn't have any in the juice, so I don't know how it got in here. It might be in my cotton, don't know, but I feel it a little bit.
Yeah, that's one thing. I've been working with menthols and stuff, and so I've been changing out my cotton like nobody's business, just because it sticks around, you know.
It totally sticks around, and I'm wondering if maybe it was in the cotton. I might have had some menthol in my hand because I did re-cotton my tank. I might have still had some on my fingers and put some on the cotton, and when I put it through something, because the juice itself doesn't taste like it's got menthol, but it does in here.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, all right. Well, let's get to it. Who wants to go first?
We're gonna flip a coin. We need to have a coin toss.
I'll just go.
There's 4 of us. How can the coin toss do it?
You do it 4 times, right? I'll go first this time.
All right,
You
Courtney.
want-
Hey, I'm full of ideas. The how of figuring them out is on you. If I come up with the idea, you guys figure out the logistics.
I'll just go first, and we can leave the quarters out of it.
All right. Courtney's a trooper. Go on.
All right. So
Bad self.
I saw, of course, an apple pie filling cookie tart, and so I went with a Flavora apple filling, and I used the Anywhere 2 apples to basically be my main notes of apple. And then I added some bakery spice blend, a bit of brown sugar, and some butter rum just to warm it up and make it a little different, and some eggnog to add some more spice and cream to it. And then for my crust, I have a combination of the Jungle Flavors biscuit and Flavor West graham cracker with the Real Flavors oatmeal cookie. And that just kind of, they all combine to make it like a brown, somewhere between, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm trying to say, but like a combination between like a brown graham cracker and oatmeal crust. I don't know. My words are just failing me at the moment. I shouldn't have went first, apparently.
That's okay. It's good to break the ice with you. If you're that way, when we mess up, we're like, yeah, but Courtney.
Yeah, I really took the cake at it.
You.
I'm really stumbling for words tonight. I'm tired and worded out because I had my kids over flavor testing earlier. So it's like, whoa, my brain's burnt.
That's the fun stuff. Flavor
I
testing.
love that you use Loren's butter rum. I just got that flavor in a week or two ago, and I love it, but I haven't found a use for it yet.
I love it, and I just thought it would go good in there to warm it up without being too obnoxious.
Yeah. It's a good one.
And I look for any excuse I can to put alcohol into my mixes, except it did not work out the other day with fresh, and bourbon and white chocolate mint should just not go together. It's a damn shame.
Well, I do the same thing. I love adding a little bit of alcohol to my mixes, so I get it.
All right. I don't feel so bad then. I know there's probably not many questions, but if you want to, I think we're all getting to be pros.
With the Anywhere 2 apples, why did you use that one as your apple note?
Well, see, in the first version, I tried the Perillum Country Apple, but then my son and husband thought that the Anywhere 2 apple version tasted better. It tasted more like it put the apple bits in with the apple jelly instead of just blending into being like the apple, the goo in the filling. It made it seem like there was actually some apple in with the jelly.
Oh.
So I have to totally let my husband and my son take credit for that.
What's that bakery spice blend taste like?
It's just a mix, kind of like I don't know, it's not really pumpkin pie, but it's kind of like an allspice, more like to me.
It's kind of clove heavy.
Yeah.
Clove heavy?
Yeah, I didn't care for it personally because I hate clove.
I was talking about that one being kind of like the spice note in carrot cake.
No.
I like it, but I've kept it really, really low. There's only a point. I put like 1 drop in 10 milliliter. So it was just to kind of pull together the eggnog and the cinnamon, just to give it a tiny bit more of a spice note instead of just another damn cinnamon.
I get it. I totally understand that.
And that eggnog, you can't go wrong with that. You throw that stuff in anything, and
and it helps thicken it up.
Yeah. Now, I did want to ask you about the Real Flavors oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
What's that like? Do you get a lot of like oaty type texture or flavor from it?
I can see you guys think that you're giving me too much credit because I don't see no flavor test like you, lady. I smelled it. It smells delicious. I can tell you it smells amazing. But I am not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you that I have any idea what it tastes like alone. I've had it for like 3 days.
Like oatmeal, like with molasses or with caramel or with brown sugar. Which kind of oatmeal does it smell like?
It smells like the kind that's in my damn Tart. Because I didn't use it alone.
The lines, right?
Yeah, I didn't use it alone. So I can't really tell you. It smells good. But, you know, by the time you start throwing apple and spices at it, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and blow smoke up your butt. Okay, I just don't know by itself.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It tastes delicious in this. I can tell you that.
That's all that matters, right?
I do have one more question for you. So I see that you use Flavor West brown sugar in this. Have you used TFA brown sugar and things?
I don't have that one. I have the DX version. And somebody told me that the Flavor West was better than the TFA version. So I haven't got around to buying the other one. And I didn't like the DX.
I tasted the brown sugar, DX and regular. What's the two main differences?
She doesn't have the regular.
I'm talking about you.
Yeah. I haven't had the DX.
Great. I have both, and I didn't want to taste the DX. And so I was trying to.
I don't buy DX.
And you're on me. Okay? Look here, young lady. I don't feel so bad now. You're on me about wanting to know what this flavor is, and you didn't either.
Well, I have no idea. But I mean, I haven't used it either, so I don't know. I haven't. I have a bunch of flavors. I have no idea what they taste like or even how they smell because I haven't even cracked the bottles open.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say that I applaud your use of Flavor West graham cracker in this because that's a good crust. You know, that's a good graham cracker. I
have to give Alfred credit for that, Alfred Pudding, because we banter ideas back and forth, and I'm like, I'm not happy with the graham cracker I got. And he's like, you got to get Flavor West. So Alfred definitely gets credit for that one. But it did work really good.
This looks tasty. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. So now, Jen, you and I both have something caramel in ours. Bryn, do you have caramel in yours?
No.
Okay. Do we want to split them up? I'll go next. Mine is simple, yet really tasty. And Ambito said that apple filling was going to be the MVP of the day. He was right. So I used 1% Flavora apple filling, 3% Flavor West caramel cinnamon roll to add the cinnamon adds to the apple filling, and I just wanted some caramel. I wanted some natural like sweetness and some darkness to this. And then I used 3% Purelum country apple. That's just to me is like the best like baked bakery applesauce, apple flavor. And then I used 3/4% of TFA pie crust because one, I don't have 1-on-1 pie crust yet. It's coming. And two, I wanted to try to flake up the cinnamon roll pastry because it's really soft and fluffy. And so I wanted to use something to kind of dry it out and flake it up a little bit. And TFA pie crust has a little bit of like caramel or molasses or something dark in there anyway that just adds to the mix. So it didn't take anything away from it.
Yeah, I like TFA pie crust. That's a good choice. And when you mix it with caramel, it's already got some dark notes in it. So that looks actually that's a 1, 2, 3. That's a 3-ingredient recipe, isn't it?
No, 4.
4. You went over by 1.
It's a 331.75.
You almost fairy-fied it.
Oh.
But I like how you got so many you managed to find complex flavors instead of, you kept your numbers down, but you got flavors that bring everything you need.
Yeah. So, I like to use flavors that do more than one thing so I can use less of them because the less, to me anyway, and this could be a mind thing or maybe not, but to me, like the less ingredients you have in a mix, the more you'll taste those ingredients and the more saturated the flavor from those flavors will be.
Hope that you don't want my mixes.
I just do less flavors because I'm lazy and I don't feel like putting in 10 flavors.
That works too.
Fair enough, ladies.
I can't help it because when I start vaping, then I want to taste I'm like, oh, this flavor is missing a little bit of this, or a little bit of that. Actually, usually I can say honestly that most of the time my recipes are 3 ingredients with 3 enhancers. Most of my recipes you're going to see 6. And then anything over that is because it did not come out right. So I need more shit
So
to make
instead
it
of
right.
going back and fixing your recipe, you just start throwing shit at it.
Yes.
That works.
Hey, for me, this had less. I had a little less this week than I have been having, okay?
Good.
I drained it a little.
Count my enhancers as flavors. So like if I have to use liquid amber, or if I have to use sweetener, or if I have to use let's say a little bit of almond or a little bit of coconut as an enhancing for something, that's not my recipe. You can do without that stuff, but you're going to miss out on whatever it brings to the table.
Yeah. See, I was telling my husband about that the other day because I've had people harassing me about using so many ingredients. And I was like, well, you can take a can of chicken stock and some egg noodles and have chicken noodle soup, but it's not going to be very good until you start throwing some chicken and some vegetables and some thyme and some salt and pepper in there. Which one would you rather have?
I'm completely opposite, like, though, when I cook. Like, when I cook food, I throw everything in the kitchen sink in it. Like, I don't care. And when I first started mixing, I was like that, too. Like, every layer of my mix was a combo of, was another layer in itself, like.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I guess it depends on what I'm doing. I guess yesterday I did a chocolate thing and ended up being like, what, 7 or 8 flavors in that mix? So,
yeah, you had quite a few for you.
Yeah.
Well, and with chocolate, that's perfectly understandable because you probably needed some sort of sour in it. Plus, you needed some sweetener of some sort. Plus, you probably needed to cream it up with something. Plus.
Yeah.
You needed to bakery it up.
It depends on what you're doing. Sometimes there's these flavors that are just good and complex on their own, like apple filling and caramel cinnamon roll, that you can get away with using less. Other times, their profiles only have very linear, or have ingredients that are lacking and that you have to add to make them whole.
Yes.
A lot of profiles out there that they just get, no one can just get it right, and so you have to keep adding stuff to make it a whole flavor. Like pineapple, I'll never be able to just use one pineapple. I had like a 2 or 3 flavor pineapple to make it taste right.
And me, I can use just one pineapple.
What do you use?
TFA juicy pineapple.
Ew, no way, really?
Have you tried the Sugarloaf?
Pineapple, not their original pineapple.
They're juicy. I don't think maybe I haven't tried their juicy. I think it was just the original I was thinking of.
The juicy pineapple is a combination between, it's probably like Capella's golden with a little bit of TFA's original pineapple. It's what it tastes like. It tastes like the combo of the both.
See, my pineapple is Cab Golden with Inawera.
I'm with Bryn. I like the Sugarloaf.
I haven't tried it.
It's good. It's really, really good. I haven't tried the juicy pineapple. That sounds good too, though.
Sugarloaf is by who?
Vape Train.
I haven't tried that one. And I don't have Inawera either, because once Inawera let me down twice, let me down once, shame on you. Let me down twice, shame on me. I can't keep punishing myself like that if they're going to change the freaking formulas. I'm already addicted enough to cactus.
Yeah, I like the Inawera pineapple, but if I wouldn't want to gamble using it in a professional recipe.
Now using Inawera because I'm so scared.
Yeah.
What I want to know about Vape Train, is it something that can be bended into like a bakery, or is it just so bright it's like a fruit? Can't do anything with it?
It's really bright. I don't know. What do you think, Grant? I think it's pretty bright. It would be more like drinks or just you want pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a raw pineapple. It's got that tartness to it. It's really good, though.
Nice. On the list it goes. See,
yeah, that's
has it.
I have the same problem as you guys. Every show that I'm on or that I watch, I'm always adding a flavor or two every time. I gotta stop
I know, if we could just like do our list backwards.
You guys kill me on Noted. You guys kill me. If I am in flavor jail, I cannot watch Noted for at least 2 weeks, because there's no way I can watch Noted and not pick up one of the flavors you guys described.
Yep.
Noted is the worst for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Emily.
That's our goal. That's why we started the show, just to make people buy flavors.
It works.
Yes, it works. Far too well.
All right. Are we ready to move on?
Flip a coin, honey, if you don't have any questions for Emily? Because I think we've harassed her enough.
Yeah, we have.
Say what?
You want to go next, or you want me to go next?
I can go. Just hopefully my cats stop fighting, because I don't know if you could see them, but they're.
I can.
So mine is pretty simple as well. And like I was telling these guys, I'm quite sick of apple cinnamon. But it's good. I do like it. I'm over it. Yeah. I don't vape cinnamon much, and like lately it's been very cinnamon heavy. But I don't know. Anyway, so I wanted to do a pear tart instead of apple. So it is more pear than apple. Like I don't get much apple from it, which was my intention. So I used the right pear from Wonder Flavor because I think it has a really nice texture to it. A lot of problems I have with pear is either that it's too candy-like or it's too musty, like earthy. So the Wonder Flavor is a good combination of both, in my opinion. And it has a little of that granulation to it. And then I layered it with Flavora apple because I wanted a pretty mild apple just to give it a little bit more body and like a juiciness to it. Then for my crust, and I made sure I did a crust because last time I didn't do a crust, people flipped out. So this has a really nice crust to it, and it's actually crust forward the way that it is here. If you want it to be more of a pie filling and a balance of crust, you can add 0.5% of the right pear for more of a filling note. But I actually like it where it's the crust, because I mean, if you look at the picture, it's a pretty thick crust to it. So the crust, I use the Flavor Art graham crust, which I haven't really messed with much, and that's why I used it. And then I added some cinnamon sugar because I wanted that in there, and then a little bit of pastry zest, just because I don't know if it's a combination or if it's just the flavor itself, but it almost has like a dryness to it, and I wanted that crust to be a little bit dry. So it is a drier vape, so I don't know if a lot of people will like it necessarily, but I like it. And I think the crust is really good. I want to try it with other things, like a cheesecake would be nice with it. Probably not with the cinnamon sugar, but I think I'm going to experiment with that graham and pastry combination a bit.
I like that you saw pear instead of just an apple. That's really awesome. How does that pear taste compared to others?
It's good. It's a good combination of, like, it's not a candied pear, but it's not overly musty. Like, I don't know. A lot of people like a pear. I don't really care for that one. It's a little too much for me. And I like the pear from TFA, but it's a little bit too candy or like a juice compared to like an actual fruit. So really the Wonder Flavors
pear, because it almost has the texture of like Flavora pear without the nastiness. Like it's not that like, you know what I mean? Like it's got that mushy kind of baked, fleshy.
Which
texture.
one's that? Which one are you talking about?
Wonder Flavors, right, pear?
Okay.
Yeah. I think they only have one pear, right? Is it the same pear I'm thinking of?
Yeah, there's only one.
So but it's good. It's sweet, but without being like too bright and candy like. But it does have it's the texture that I really love from it.
Yeah, and I don't even like pear that much, but that one is a really good one in my opinion. And like I said, I wanted something different than apple because I felt like if I did an apple again, I feared it would be too much like the donut I just did a couple weeks ago. So I wanted to do something a little different.
it paired well with the cinnamon sugar, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And the
looks
cinnamon
really
sugar is
good.
kind of light, isn't it? Is it more like brown sugar with a little bit of cinnamon?
I don't know that I get brown sugar from it. I just kind of get cinnamon sugar personally, but I used it pretty low. It is a milder flavor, but I just wanted like that crust to be seasoned.
Mhm.
So that's really what it was doing, is just kind of seasoning the crust a little bit. I wasn't really that concerned with the filling. My first one I cheated and I used apple filling again, but I'm like, I can't keep doing that. Plus I didn't like the way it was as much as I did this one.
Cool.
Well, I like how different this is. I mean, in Flavor, any of the Flavor apples, you can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah.
And I've never used cinnamon sugar, but like I love that you use the FA graham crust and the pastry zest together.
Yeah.
And then with that pears for the texture, this looks really good. And it's so
Do you
different.
find that pastry zest has a little bit of a lemon note?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, I do too.
Which is good, because like probably if you made the filling, there'd probably be some kind of lemon component in there anyway.
Yeah, so, it would brighten it up, I would think, just a tiny bit. It looks really good.
I was just making sure it wasn't just me. I do find a little bit of a lemon note. It's very back office lemon, but it's definitely there.
Yeah.
How does FA graham crust compare to the other graham crackers?
It's not quite as buttery, which might be off-putting to some people. I know that, like, I forget who said it, but I've read and heard a couple people that have used it, and they said it's not really a graham cracker crust. It's something else. I don't really remember what. I don't know if it's just the combination of the zest and the cinnamon sugar, but it's crusty to me. Okay. It's kind of like if you were to take a honey graham, but it's not honey, it's just graham. Like it's straight graham. It's not cinnamon graham, it's just graham.
So is it a lot like TFA graham cracker clear?
No, it's a little less grammy.
And I've heard you say in the past that you're not a big fan of FA cookie. How would you compare it to FA cookie?
I haven't single flavor tested it, so I don't know, but I know I don't like Flavor Art cookie, so I like this, so it's definitely, I would say, different. I don't think there's a lot of AP in it. And isn't there a lot of AP in Flavor Art cookie?
I don't know. I taste the AP in FA cookie, but I'm not sure that there is.
I use FA cookie as AP in mixes.
Yeah.
It's got so much of it.
Yeah, I don't like to use it for cookie all by itself. I like to mix it with other cookies.
Yeah, for me, it doesn't. The reason I don't pick up the AP as much on it is because for me, AP has more of a nut note, not just the bread notes to it. It has some nutty background notes that I don't pick up in cookie from FA, but I can see where the notes that it does have might be the ones you're picking up from AP. I might be picking up back notes just from my own personal sensitivities. And because I used it like hell when I first started mixing with my tobaccos, so I was using it for the nutty notes.
Yeah, I can't do AP. I don't know what it is, what's in it. I don't like it.
I don't like corn chips.
I love corn chips in real life, but not vape.
No. You don't want to vape it?
The AP, I get like a tiny earwax note.
Ew.
Maybe it's just me. Yeah, I'm weird, I know, but I can't be the only one that's picked something out of their teeth after scratching their ear. Whether you like it or not, I think we all know what it tastes like.
Yes, and I don't get that from corn chips.
That the AP, you don't taste it at all?
No.
I am so weird. What is wrong with me?
That's a sour note. I don't pick up sour notes from AP.
Maybe I got a really crappy bottle.
A really crappy ear, one of the two.
That could be a good point.
Jim's like, that's gross.
It's gross. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, and I didn't like trimethylpyrazine either. So I don't seem to like any kind of pyrazine.
I don't know if I've ever tried that one.
Mom and Barry back when they were giving me like samples, they included it, and it's supposed to be like a dry. I think they said that it was supposed to have like a cocoa note or something in it. I don't know, whatever it was. I didn't get it.
It used to be used a lot in tobaccos. I mean, I have it. It's not a very common flavor at all. And you can get it from TFA on not the flavoring side, but on the molecule side. I think it's on the molecule side or on the food side. I don't remember exactly where I got it, but I know I got mine from TFA, and I just got a little vial of it.
Yeah, it's super strong too.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't care for it. I don't think you're missing out.
I didn't really care for it either. And that says a lot when I like tobaccos.
Yeah. Who's next?
Yo quiero ser la próxima.
It's the fairy's turn.
Okay.
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 All right. So the reason we put Rin between me and Emily is because we both used one main note in here that's about the same. Not really. Mine's very different because I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flavors.
Wow, that's so short. That's such a short recipe for you.
I guess. So I used apple filling. Sure enough, cheat note from knowing that that's the perfect apple for an apple tart. And I used TFA apple pie. So I mixed the apple pie. I filled it with apple filling. Then I used caramel cinnamon roll, the same caramel cinnamon roll that Emily used, but I used it at much lower percent, 0.75, because I just wanted to sweeten caramelly up my apples a little bit, or add to the graham notes. I use Flavor West graham cracker because it's the best graham cracker. Golden butter from Cap at a very small percentage, 0.1, because I wanted a little bit extra butter to that TFA apple pie. Apple pie from TFA is thin to me. It's very thin, and that's where the Flavora apple filling came in with a little bit of added golden butter. I used FA liquid amber to cook my apples a little bit more. I think that's it. Apple pie, apple filling, caramel cinnamon roll, cookie, FA cookie to give me even more crust. Because again, that apple pie from TFA to me, once it steeps, gets thin. And I lose the pie crust. The pie crust is there, but it's very mild and mellow. It needs help. So that's where the cookie comes in. So that's why it's got 7, because I needed the cookie for the apple pie. I needed the caramel cinnamon roll for the apple filling, the butter to butter it up, and the graham cracker is because I still wanted more crust. I wanted this to be a nice crusty apple with a little bit of caramel in it.
Picture looks like a thick crust.
Yeah, that's exactly what I went for that thick crust in the picture with some apples in the middle.
I think it looks good. And I haven't tried the butter yet. I don't even have that butter by Capella. How is it?
It's good. It's very buttery. Good. Nice. I got it because Emily made me get it.
Everything's your fault, Emily.
Yeah, well.
She's the one that kept talking it up. My dog is barking. Sorry, guys. I can mute myself a second because who knows when she'll shut up.
That's all right.
Golden butter is just a little bit more workable, I think, than TFA butter. You know, it's a little more versatile. You can bump it up a little bit more, and it's not as it's waxy versus oily. Like, so TFA butter is like kind of oily, where Cap golden butter is a little waxy, if that makes sense. It's
more creamy. It's almost like margarine versus butter.
Yes. Margarine versus
margarine. It's I can't believe it's not butter.
I don't have that Flavor West cinnamon roll you have either.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's the best cinnamon roll ever.
And it's just on its own, and it's great in mixes. It's a good flavor.
It's my only. It's the one flavor that no matter I don't even know what is wrong with it or why it has the little thing. I don't know if it's sugar. I don't care. That's one flavor I have to have from Flavor West. Anything that has cinnamon in it, for me, that's the cinnamon for me. With caramel, it just is what it's my caramel and my cinnamon.
Huh.
It's delicious.
But it sounds like it.
It goes with butter. It goes with tobaccos. It goes with apple. It just goes.
Versatile. It's great.
I'm gonna throw it in my wish list right now before I forget.
Yeah, and just the
that way
balance
the when you use it, you can say it was my fault and Emily's fault for making
the balance between the caramel and the cinnamon is just really good. You know, it's not too caramely, it's not too cinnamony. It's good.
Yep, it is delicious. She's absolutely right.
Thank you, guys. That sounds awesome.
So, what I want to know is for Jen's mix, why is Flavor custard in here?
Oh, I forgot to mention that one.
Yeah, what's
to round it out? It's not Flavora vanilla custard. It's Flavora custard. So I wanted it to have that smoothness throughout. I've got it. It's a very bready mix, but I wanted my bread to be a little bit soggy, and that makes it a softer vape. It's smooth on the throat. It helps with the caramel cinnamon roll. It's just a little bit in there, just to give it. It's almost like a smoothing effect that it gives it, because it does not have a lot of, I don't care if they don't say it has vanilla in it. I find that it has some vanillas in it. Might not be strong, but it's very smoothing and nice. It's silky is what it is. So it's silked up my recipe.
Yeah, because it should be a little bit creamy because of the filling. I think there should be a little bit.
And it is a little bit jammy because of the liquid ember, but the custard, I don't know. It just tasted good with it.
Did anyone else?
It softened my caramel a little bit too, toned it down a little bit. I mean, it's just in there because it's delicious.
Well, did anybody else think about using the candy jammy wizard to see about thickening up their goo?
No, not in an apple.
That's what I was saying. I was like, but I thought maybe it would add the texture and just a tiny bit.
Liquid ember could work, which I see she uses a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's a good thing I skipped it then.
It's syrupy, like it thickens up.
Yeah, I opted. I'm not going to use two enhancers for the same fruit, so it would have been either the Jammy Wizard or the Liquid Ember, and I'm like 75% of the time, if I'm using an apple and I'm trying to cook it, I'm going to use Liquid Ember. Okay. So I wouldn't want to also throw Candy Wizard on top of it. And I didn't want to do candy either.
So I see TFA apple pie is like your main apple note. You said the crust kind of basically steeps out of it. But that's as much of an apple flavor. It's got like the baked kind of apple flavor for you.
Yeah, it does. It's a very combined flavor. So it's apple and crust, and there isn't enough crust for it to be an apple pie. That's how I would describe it. And it feels like it's a green apple in there or a yellow apple. It's not a red apple in that apple pie. It's got some spice in it, but it's a very basic apple pie. That's why I felt like I could use it all the way up to 5%, because with the apple filling, putting that in there fixes the apple notes in it. Yeah. It adds the spices it needs. It added the jamminess it needs. It fixes it. That's an apple pie that needs help. So it got the help from the apple filling.
Carolina Vapin says that they like Jamaica rum with their apple flavors.
I do too.
Yeah.
Jamaican rum, apple, and a little bit of liquid amber comes out really nice.
I bet. Nice and warm.
And I kind of went with the butter rum with mine, so I'd get a tiny bit of the caramel notes and a little bit of the rum note.
Yeah.
I think we must all be tired tonight.
Tired? Well, yeah. I went back, so I mean for Eastern time anyhow. So this would have normally have been 7:45 instead of 6:45. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I forgot about that.
You forgot
I woke
about
up early. Maybe that's why I woke up so early. I woke up at like 9, which is early for me. So I guess it's 10, which isn't so bad.
In your yeah, in your brain, you didn't even know the clocks did it for you last night.
No.
Yeah, as the sun started going down today, I was like, actually, I was ready for the show on time, ladies. Why? Because my brain thought I was late.
Yeah, I've been dragging butt all day. Just it screws me up every time.
In chat, any of our peoples. How many people we got in chat today? How many people we got on?
67 right now.
Huh?
67 right now.
Oh, that's good.
A couple of people mixed along with us this week.
They did.
Let's
Who
go
mixed
over
with us?
their mixes and take a look at them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I saw Ryan's, but I was missing something. He's like, I put hashtag verified or something like that, and he's like, "What is that?" I was like, "Well, that is when you use a crap ton of flavors."
That's totally a thing now.
Yes, I love it. Because it's like
Yeah,
verified.
you're the only one that uses that. Emily made fun of me earlier
This
today.
morning, I made fun of her for something, and I said it was verified.
She thought I got mad at her. I don't get mad about that.
I thought I'm like, okay, she's either grumpy or she doesn't like me making fun of her like that anymore. Maybe I should back off.
No, it's just too early, so I just did a simple reply. You know, just don't pay me no mind. If I ever reply with a okay, then I'm just not ready to talk yet.
That's what gave me the idea that maybe you're grumpy, because it was just 1 and 2 word replies, and normally you're talkative. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should back off.
As the day goes on, I get more talkative.
That's funny. So let's show Red Ranger. Is that his name? Let's show his mix. Red Ranger.
I have the opposite problem, Jen. I'm really talkative in the morning over my coffee, and by evening I'm like a drooling idiot, just want to veg out.
No, I don't do people first thing in the morning. I'm one of those scary women in the morning. You want to wake me up with a water bottle across the room and make sure I'm not gonna hit you. You want to throw something at me and say, "Hey, are you awake?" You definitely don't want to come here and say, "Hey, wake up."
That's awesome.
All right, let's take a look at Red Ranger's recipe. What is his name? Roy?
Ryan.
Ryan.
He submitted quite a few things that we've mixed up.
Ooh,
that looks nice.
Of course, you've got the apple filling. That's kind of an FA apple pie for the crust. Oh, I like how he used butterscotch ripple with the salted caramel. He's going on our lines of thinking, Jen. Add a little bit of that warm sweetness, a little bit of that caramel in there.
Then there's a hint of pear to round out the apple.
Yeah, the FA pear, just kind of juice it up. That that cap double apple. I almost used that with this because I just love the texture that it has. You talk about fleshy, kind of like Wonder Flavors pear or Flavora pear. Like cap double apple has a really nice. The apple flavor itself is kind of subdued to me, but the texture is what I use it mostly for, because it does have a fleshy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like the way I would use TFA pear. I would use that for the flesh, but only at low percents, because once you go up, it gets candied.
Mm-hmm. And then Flavora Rich Cinnamon, nice. 0.02%.
That's a really good percent for it too.
Yes. And that'll complement the apple filling, because I'm pretty sure it's like the same. It's a very similar cinnamon note.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this looks really good, Ryan. Is he in chat?
I think he was at some point.
And I bet you he used that butterscotch ripple kind of in the same way that I used that Flavora custard to soften everything up and give it that nice smooth feel at the end. Well, because it looks really good.
Whenever I normally do caramel, like as a big note, I always boost it with a butterscotch as well. So it's both creaming it up, the texture up, and helping that caramel note.
That's true, yeah, because he did use 3% salted caramel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because caramel can get kind of dark, which I don't like, and the butterscotch kind of helps it. Like, because I like light caramels. I don't really like the dark.
Have you tried Wonder Flavors caramel butter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good light caramel.
Yeah, my favorite probably is still TFA original. Like, I don't like Flavor Art caramel. I don't remember how I felt about Flavora's. I don't know that I've tried it on its own.
Flavora's caramel is good, but it's a brown sugar more than
I don't like brown sugar in vapes. Like, I love it in real life, but in vapes, not so much.
Yeah, I love brown sugar in vapes, but I don't like it too much in real life.
And see, TFA caramel original is still one of the best caramels. It's just so rich and it's a good caramel.
Like buttery, but not too heavy. Like, I don't like an overly buttery anything in vapes. Like, I'm not a big fan of anything in vapes. Like, but yeah, there are certain things I just don't like in vapes. Butter, brown sugar.
Yeah. I do like butter, but I like it really low. Too much butter is too much butter. Like, butter is delicious, but you really got to be careful how much of that you use. So I found that the cap butter is a lot easier to work with.
See, I can't have enough brown sugar and butter in vapes. Like, those are my favorite kinds of mixes. It's just the deep, the rich, lots of brown sugar, lots of butter. Like, opposite of Rin.
Yeah, and I like toffees. I like the darker caramel.
Toffees are nice though. Like, Vape Train makes some good toffee. Like, their English toffee, I think it was really good. The toffee ice cream, I'm not sure how I feel about.
Oh, I love that one, but I don't mix it by itself.
Yeah, it was in a mix, and I wasn't really sure what it was doing. It didn't really seem to do much. I ended up having to add the English toffee for an actual toffee note. But yeah, I do like certain toffees. Because I think the only difference between caramel and toffee is like how much it's heated.
Yeah, it's cooked longer.
Yeah, and the milk. Like,
yeah.
One of them you use like sticks of butter, and the other you use like heavier cream. Because I make candy at Christmas, and I make toffee and fudge and caramels. And
when you're done making your Christmas candy, put some in the mail for me.
Okay, I will do that. I'll make you my coffee toffee, and then you can help me try to come up with a vape for it.
Oh my God. I tried to do fudge once, and I completely ruined my grandma's pan. She was so mad.
Oh, no.
Like, you are never cooking in my house again. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it literally was like glue on the bottom of the pan. I don't know what we did, but my friend, she's like, oh yeah, my mom makes it. It'll be it. We did it, and it would not come out. Like, I don't even know if she ever got it out. I think she just threw it away.
Oh no.
Yeah. This was like young years though.
You probably just burnt the sugar on it, and the sugar just stuck to it.
Yeah, it was like tar. It was probably around the same time when I used the baking soda instead of the baking powder in the brownie.
You created a monster. Now I gotta send Joey toffee too.
Good time.
Hey, you gotta learn. Some people never learn how to cook, so
yeah.
I learned at a young age.
I did too.
All right, let's move on. We have one more, I think, viewer recipe, right? We just had 2 this week.
I think so, yeah.
All right, let's Joey, aka Hibidore or Hibidori. How do you pronounce your name, Joey? Anyway,
we just
along with us.
I think it's because she's saying hip hip hooray. No, just kidding.
Hibidore.
I just call her Joey.
Just Joey, yeah. And she did an apple tart, apple filling, of course. She she's very sensitive to apple filling, and 0.5% is all she can go up. And then she did caramel as well. Fuji apple is the main apple note. 0.5% of caramel butter. She used FA cookie and Wonder Flavors shortbread cookies as the crust. And then her main, I guess, fruity note was Wonder Flavors quince jelly.
That is a good choice.
No, yeah, that was really interesting.
I've never tried that flavor. Hibba hooey, Alfred put it.
Hibbity dibbity.
I haven't bought it, haven't used it yet.
Yeah, same. I have it, and I just haven't used it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've had a quince or a kinsey or whatever the heck it is.
Quince. It's a cross between an apple and a pear.
There's a lot of weird fruits that I've never had.
Yeah, me too.
It's like snake fruit. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either. And I bought a
cookie from Wonder Flavors. I haven't tried that one. I think I have it. I think I have to go look because I found a bunch of my Wonder Flavors this weekend when I was cleaning out one of my cabinets. But I haven't tested them because they didn't smell that good. But I'll test them so that I know what I'm talking about.
I like their fruits a lot. They have some really good ones, and their candies are good.
Fruit's good, candy's good, and their bakeries. I like their cakes and their cookies. And although for me, and I may be the only one in the world that gets this, but from shortbread cookies, I get like a coffee note.
And I'm gonna have to like real shortbread cookies or
the flavor.
I'm gonna have to see if I have that one. If I don't have it, I'll order it because I want to know if it has that in it or not.
I think I'm the only one. Everyone I've talked to who uses this flavor, they don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see because I pick up coffee notes easily myself.
Their coffees are actually good too, which is surprising. Like the cappuccinos are really good. The Brazilian coffee I haven't messed with much, but I added it. I was trying to make that chestnut praline latte that I rave about. I still haven't come close.
Because you're probably missing the chestnut. Where'd you get the
chestnut? I have chestnut. I have Flavor Art chestnut. Use very low. But the thing is when you're drinking the coffee, you don't really get much of the chestnut. You get more of like the gingerbread notes, like the nutmeg, cinnamon. Yeah.
Where do you get that coffee from?
It's from Starbucks. It's seasonal. It just came out the second.
I'm gonna go buy. Can you buy the coffee you make at home with it, or do you buy it?
It's a mixed drink. It's a latte.
I'm gonna need you to text that to me tomorrow on my way to work. I'm gonna go pick it.
I'm not gonna be awake when you're going to work.
You can text me tonight.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll have it in the morning on my phone.
It's good. I get it iced though. I don't like it so much when it's hot personally.
I'll get a hot one in the morning and a cold one in the afternoon.
You'll be like flipping out because I think there's espresso in it.
No, you have no idea my addiction to coffee. You don't know. I drink espresso. I drink Bustelo for breakfast. So I drink espresso, and I don't drink it like normal people do in that little cup. I drink a mug of espresso with a shot of almond milk. Mud.
So it's like the opposite.
My husband calls it mud. He says, "You're drinking that mud again?" I hadn't had any when I was talking to Emily this morning, which is why I wasn't functioning yet.
That's your excuse. Okay. I never got into coffee, so like I'm not a caffeine person, so like I've never got that hook where I have to have coffee in the morning before I can function.
Well, be glad, because I get on there and I go from like a snail to, I don't know, Tigger being all hyper.
It does nothing for me. I'm ADD, so I can literally drink espresso. If I'm really can't sleep at night, I can make a cup of coffee so that I can sleep. I take it and it slows my brain down enough that I can relax and sleep. In the morning, same thing. So I wake up and all these things are going through my head. So I make no sense if I open my mouth to speak. Because I mean, I'm talking with all the thoughts in my head, and then it slows me down enough that I can function as a human instead of a computer that is skipping beats. That is, the Wi-Fi's off on it, because that's what it's like talking to me in the mornings. It's like, hey, slow down. So, can we finish one thought before you start the other?
Nice.
Yeah, every now and then I'll have an energy drink, like once a month maybe, or like one of those. What I've been really addicted to is those 5-shot energy drinks. Hour energy drink shots.
No.
Oh, I love those things. They're dangerous.
Those things are
I
so
like
good.
them so much.
I think they're disgusting. It reminds me of like cough medicine.
They taste good. Plus, like seriously, for 5 hours, you're good. Like you're not. It doesn't make you crazy wired, like jittery. You're just good. Like you have energy. I love
That's
them.
the B12 in it. They shouldn't have caffeine unless you're getting the ones with caffeine.
I don't know what I got.
The regular ones don't have caffeine. B12
They don't?
and zinc and
whatever they are, they're freaking amazing.
My husband likes those too. He gets them for work.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I have my Monster in the morning or coffee, and then the rest of the day it's usually water.
Well,
but I need my caffeine in the morning.
Same. I switch to water after I'm done with my coffee.
Yeah.
I drink these bubbly waters all day long after my coffee.
I just drink about a few of these a day. It's just water.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll have a soda, but not very often.
I very rarely drink soda, and usually it has alcohol in it if I'm drinking soda. Anyway, I think the silence dictates that we're probably good to go.
Yeah.
We're all tired.
Let's thank our sponsors and get on out of here.
Sounds good to me.
All the flavors. Thank you, Express. Thank you, Bull City. Flavora. Thank you very much for helping us out. And thank you guys for hanging out with us. We wouldn't do the show without you. And we're getting so close to our goal of 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, we are. And
we're going to do a giveaway when we get there. There's going to be something good when we get there. So we need help.
We need a lot of help.
Invite a friend.
I don't know if subscribers are going to help enough for that, right?
Right. Pray for us.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See you next weekend. Have a good week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Emily's like, bye.